Fashion House.
Mac Fashion House. Going to tell us all about the fashion we're going to see in the show. Thank you so much for being with me today.
Yes, of course, of course.
You have been behind the scenes and have been a part of this for a while. Tell us about your design beginnings before we get into your connection to acts on stage.
Oh, wow. Well, I've been designing for over 20 years since I was very, very young. And it was just a hobby. It started as a hobby. I just did it for myself and friends and family. And went into the corporate world, did that, hated it, and decided to go to design school. And immediately after design school, I started my own business.
Wow, Mac
I
Fashion
literally
House.
slept in my closet for 2 years and had my sewing things in the bedroom. And that's how I started my business.
Well, there's some level of dedication that it takes.
Yes.
I mean, particularly in creative fields. I mean, we were just talking about this a bit with Isaiah. It's like when you have that understanding of what your gift is to bring out to the world and you really attack it, you really actually do make a huge impact. How has it been for you in terms of connecting with acts on stage and being able to be one of the folks that's really helping to make the whole thing come true for all of us in the audience?
Wow, it's been amazing. I've had the best time. Isaiah is great to work with. I love helping his vision come to life, and then also throwing in some of my own creative styles and ideas into the mix. But it's been such a huge honor and such a huge pleasure, and just working with all the different youth and the personalities, and just watching them bloom and blossom on stage has been such an honor.
Well, I was just talking about this yesterday with Kenneth Kellogg, from Seattle Opera. There's something to be said about how the set design and the costumes all play such a phenomenal
Yes.
role in bringing a show to
Mhm.
life for folks.
Yes.
And when you think about, you as a designer, did you always think, hey, one day I'm going to have to be doing it for shows, for plays, for musical, for theater? Were you thinking in that way?
It's so funny. Actually, no. Actually, to be honest, no. I never thought that I would be doing. I thought maybe movies or something. Well, I guess plays and movies are kind of the same, but not necessarily like live theater.
Yeah.
So to be able to have the opportunity was amazing. I jumped on it right away, and it's so fulfilling. It's so fulfilling being able to see my designs help the story come to life, and people in the audience reacting to different costume changes or how characters are dressed. So it's been so much fun and such an honor.
Well, what is your process? I got to
Oh my
ask because
gosh.
there's something always so specific about that when you're talking to folks who are in the creative field. There's something very particular probably about how you approach this. Like once you hear the story, you understand what it is. Tell us more about that in the mind of Miss Carlissia.
Well, once I'm hooked on a project, I'm hooked, and oftentimes I lose a lot of sleep because once I understand the characters and the way the play is going and the whole theme of the play, I literally dream costumes. I'll wake
Wow.
up and be like, oh, we're going to do this, 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 and this, or we're going to do this, this, and this, and this. Or if I'm looking for materials or costumes or other things to bring that costume, that person's character to life, I just start collecting sketches or colors of fabric or images I see online. I just put them all together, and it's like a melting pot of ideas. And when it's done melting, it just comes out into this beautiful creation.
Earlier, I think that was either if it wasn't earlier this year, it was last year. But at some point, I got a chance to speak to some of the costume designers for The Wiz. And, The Wiz is such an iconic
Mhm.
show, right? And it was going on at Fifth Avenue Theater. And they were so intentional to bring the Black perspective
Yes.
of creativity to that show. And when you think about how Black culture kind of drives all culture,
Yes.
in a sense, fashion plays a huge
Oh,
part of that.
absolutely.
How does that weigh in on you and kind of your understanding of your connection to fashion in the world of that?
Oh goodness, I've always strived to highlight myself and other Black or artists of color in the design industry. So I live and breathe it. So for me, it's part of it's. There is no way to do it without having my Black experience in my design. There is no way. It's just natural. It happens. I'll look at inspiration of other designers and things like that, but I mean, I live, breathe it every day. So it's in the air. It's natural. It's not, I don't have to think about it. I just, whatever, I'm born and raised in Seattle. So I have that history of the Black community in Seattle. So I definitely bring that into some of the costumes, or, with just local Black businesses that were here for years and are gone, like Miss Helen's and Sammy's and all those places. I remember that culture. I used to eat there. I used to see those people. So those people are those are my aunties in my head who used to run those businesses. So I have their characters and their images always in my heart and in my head. So it's just natural when I think and I have to translate on stage. It's not even a thought. It just happens.
I love that, because every day that I'm in this studio and I'm here with this wall of great Black brilliance of the Central District behind me, I'm always honored and remembering like the legacy that we are continuing. We get to add our brilliance to it, which if we keep those talents to ourselves, we never actually contribute to the whole. And so I love knowing that your artistic vision is a part of Acts on Stage, a part of Dream this year, has been a part of other productions, but more so it's a way for us to experience you as well, as you pour so much of yourself into design. But you said too, you're also a proud mama in this show. Tell us more about your son being at, one of the cast members this year.
So this is his second year doing the play. The first year I had to kind of pull the mom card and make him do it. He enjoyed it. But this year he was gung ho. He just went in full steam. And even got one of the lead roles. So you have to look out for him. So I'm super proud and honored. And I can't even put into words. I was watching him in rehearsal the other day and I kind of a little emotional and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to leave. But it's such an honor to see him grow, because even the theme of the show, I've always encouraged him to follow his dreams. And I'm like you, I'm that mom. Okay, is that what you want to do? Okay, look, we're gonna make it happen. And so he knows that about me. And so it's so amazing to see him grow into a young man, and a lot of growing he has done through being part of this production.
Well, I mean, you could probably talk about that all day, because I'm telling you, I am so amazed at my 9-year-old who's just, he's coming home, he's humming songs with me. The other day we're in the car and I'm playing this song on repeat. The next thing I know, he and me are singing.
Exactly.
And I said, look at you carrying these notes. I said, hold on, you carrying these notes.
Right.
So it's one of those things, but also too, as a mother, when it comes to this message, I mean, you said you embody it, and it's one of those things that kind of is, it crushes my soul to think that we still have parents out here who don't understand this importance. How do you try to share that message out there as a mother who is so supportive of your children?
I think I've always shared that message. I know, just thinking of my past and how I got into design business, I always was encouraged. My family always encouraged me. I never, they always supported me 100% and going, starting my own business. So when I see other youth, I've mentored a lot of young people who are interested in the fashion industry. And so I've been that voice to be like, no, you can do this. You might have to switch things out in your life or change your priorities, but it's 100% possible. So I'm always of the mindset, if I hear someone who is interested in something and if I can share anything with them or give them any words of wisdom, I'm 100% there. There are so many people that I have helped develop. Two in particular that have started their own design businesses. So I'm 100% there. If I hear of someone that needs some support or help, I always tell them, like, yes, let me know what I can do. Or you can do it. You can do it. There's always a way. There's always a solution to do anything that you want to do in this world.
Well, you said it right there in terms of mentorship. That's so key, particularly for folks to be able to see themselves in the things they want to do, right? And so then you become an example of that, but carrying it forward is so important as we think about building legacy and continuing legacies that have been built, but also too, the fashion industry can be brutal. I mean, what are some of those lessons that you tell like a mentee in terms of establishing a fashion design business, which it can go either way, right? Because it's really got to be that people believe in the design and then begin to believe in the vision that you have to allow your business to flourish. How do you really seed them to be sure that they stay successful in that world?
Well, you kind of have to develop a thick skin and you can't take it personal when people don't like your designs, because fashion is subjective. Some people like some things, some people don't like other things. So develop a thick skin. Not everyone's going to like your designs. If you truly love what you do, keep going no matter what. I've had many ups and downs in my career, but I've always had the passion. So as long as you keep that fire and that passion and that desire within you, things will come up to keep showing you and supporting you and showing you that that's what you're supposed to do, whether it's me talking to you or what somebody stranger in the street, but like, I love what you're wearing and you made it. There's so many different things to keep yourself focused and going, but you have to keep the passion, you have to keep the fire, and you just have to develop a thick skin and know that if that's what you're going to do, that's what you're going to do, period. There is nothing else to say about it.
Well, I gotta say, you got a new fan right here, because I'm like, I'm gonna have to figure out, do you do custom pieces? 'Cause,
Absolutely.
like, everyone, y'all know I'm one for the custom. So I'll be talking to you after this. We'll figure that out.
Yes.
But of course, I want you to let right there and let folks know why they need to come check out Dream, and also check out your designs on that stage.
Yes. Look, come to the play. That's all I gotta say. You need to be there right away, starting on Friday. The play is amazing. The kids are amazing. The cast is amazing. Everyone has worked so hard on this production. Come check out the designs. Come check out the singing, the acting, and the cast. Be there.
You heard it from Miss Carlissia Minnis. She told y'all to be there. Thank you so much for joining me. I know we was like, what? You're here? I was like, you need to come on and talk to me. I'm like, hold on. I'm gonna shorten it with Isaiah because I need to make time for you. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your passion for design with me today. I appreciate you. So glad you're a part of this.
Thank you.
Oh,